Hey guys, C-Drama Invasion here and welcome back to a new video. In this video, we're going to talk about and explain the recent Zhang Zhe Han political scandal that happened. So I woke up to this. This was quite unexpected. As usual, I'll try to keep it as chronological as possible. So we'll start off with what the scandal is. Then we're going to talk about his response and other people's responses to him and the reactions in general, also the consequences and fallout with companies and brands that he's been collaborating with. If you're new to my channel and you're interested in Chinese drama, Chinese entertainment, then make sure to subscribe because I put updates every single week, 3 times a week. And I also talk about scandals and scandal breakdowns. So make sure to check out the Chinese scandal playlist and the Chinese drama updates videos. And let's just jump on into it. So around August 12th, Zhang Zhe Han's friend apologizes for misunderstandings, saying that Zhang Zhe Han is under blast for all the past photos he's been taken with this friend who attended the Nogi Shrine in Japan. This shrine is where some military and Second Sino War soldiers and officers are honored there. After this exploded on the internet, there was a lot of citizens who digged up his old photos as well, saying that he's been to Japan a lot of times and visited multiple shrines and tourist destinations where they are honoring the Japanese war soldiers. And if you watch any Chinese Republican dramas, or you remember the events of World War II and history in general, you would know the atrocious things that happened during the war. Japan has a long history of imperialism, using force, torture, and a lot of cruel acts in the war to dominate many Asian countries, China being one of them. Hence, you can say that their political relationship is quite intense, and because of the history there, a lot of Chinese citizens are furious, including the government, of course. And everyone is pointing out how insensitive Zhang Zhe Han is and also how ignorant he is of the history. He's practically taking photos and posting them with people who are celebrating these areas that have memorials, artifacts, and history belonging to military individuals in the war. And as you know, with Chinese government, who are very nationalistic, nationalism, they really care about just China all for one, and their history and anything that's kind of opposing, they would be really against. So as you can tell, there's been so much backlash and repercussions of this afterwards. So Zhang Zhe Han unfortunately lost all of his brand endorsements in a matter of like 48 hours. All of them went online and terminated their contracts with him. He did post a public apology, which I'll read now. He said, "Today I am ashamed of my past ignorant self and need to deeply apologize for my inappropriate actions from before. I attended a friend's wedding in Japan. I neglected to understand the historical background of the wedding location and the political background of others attending the wedding. That's all my fault. Before, when traveling around, I liked to take pictures without care, because I lacked knowledge of the architecture of the history and wasn't careful about what I was doing when I took those photos. The photos that I took contained a lot of content that deeply hurt Chinese people. I solemnly apologize in this matter. I'm sorry." His post also went on to clarify how he doesn't support Japan or the actions that they did before. He said, "I am a Chinese person. I have never in any setting made comments against my homeland. I love my homeland deeply. Everyone can criticize me for my ignorance. I'm especially grateful for everyone's supervision and criticism. As a public figure, I should always acknowledge the historical trauma, even more committed to my memory because I'm a public figure. In the future, I will educate myself on history and culture more diligently. I'll enrich my professional propriety and be more prudent and self-disciplined. I solemnly apologize once again." After his apology was made, the People's Daily, a popular news publishing company in China, replies, Zhang Zhe Han's apology, that is him admitting his ignorance as a public figure, being lacking in history, knowledge, and unaware of the nation's suffering. It's not acceptable. If you knowingly commit a mistake, you must pay a heavy price. Zhang Zhe Han responds to the People's Daily statement, saying that he sincerely accepts the criticism and will deeply reflect and learn his lesson. He says that he will use actions to love his country. He says that he also encourages everyone to learn more history and remember their past history. So it seems like he'll be taking a short break, and we're not too sure when his future dramas or movies will be affected. But one of his upcoming movies has already confirmed that he is terminated from the contract. So he already finished filming his movie earlier this year with Johnny Huang and Wang Yibo. This is a movie called Formed Police Unit. It's supposed to be released in 2022 and covers a lot of military police themes as well as really popular and familiar faces. And unfortunately, with this announcement, it probably means that they will find a new actor to replace him, and I don't think they're gonna shut down this entire project because he's only one of the main leads. As for his other projects, I was having my hopes up for Zhang Zhe to finally maybe air this year or next year, since a lot of dramas were coming off the shelves. But with this, I think it just sealed its fate, and I'm pretty sure his other dramas as well won't be airing anytime soon for the next year at least. So that would be Zhang Zhe, Castle in Time, and Retro Detective. The reactions on the internet is 50-50. I feel like global fans are more lenient, but unless you're Chinese and Chinese citizens, I don't think that we have a true understanding of the situation when we haven't, grown up with learning about all of these repercussions of World War II or whatever they learn in history class. Like, if you think about it that way, then it makes sense why they're really angry. But even if he did accidentally or unintentionally post pictures of Japanese militarism and aggression, a lot of people are blowing it out of proportion and putting words in his mouth. So I'm glad that he went out and clarified everything. He said that he is not anti-China, and he feels really bad for not knowing and double checking the facts or meaning behind these photos when he just posted them online back in the day. And at the same time, I can definitely picture it. Like, sometimes you're just hanging out with your friends and you don't even think about the repercussions of it because you're a public figure. For us everyday people, even if you're Chinese or whatever, I don't think it makes that much of an impact. It's just because of his popularity, and as a public figure, you do tend to influence the general public, which is why they're trying to shut this down and be lenient to him, just so they can prove that, this is our standard and our ethical beliefs, our history, and if you're against us, then these are the repercussions. And at the end of the day, I just hope this dies down and after a couple of months or a year, he comes back. So what are your thoughts on this whole scandal situation? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments down below, and also check out my Ko-fi if you want to support my channel and buy me a coffee. Super busy week in the Chinese entertainment and drama industry. There's lots of new dramas coming out, so make sure to turn on that notification bell to all so you don't miss out on my future uploads when I discuss them. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.